I've at Nickwell Motorhomes, they've got this Solaris XL by Wildax Motorhomes. It's a very interesting motorhome. What I like about it initially, actually, is it's not white, which makes a big difference. We always tend to get these things in white. This is a rather fetching, very dark grey. So we'll take a wander around this one, around the outside, and show you the interior as well. We'll start on the outside here. There's a couple of things to point out. This is the LPG system. This is powering the heating system and the cooker and the hot water, although the hot water will also run off of the 240 system if you're hooked up. A couple of other things to show you on here as well, actually, while we're here. These are the drains for the wastewater and the fresh water, if you want to drain it down, and the freshwater fill then is just there. And that one, finally, is the hookup for the 240 volts. So if you're at a campsite, you can hook in and get your 240 power straight into the vehicle. Now at the back here, one thing that is quite neat is if we open this up, on this side, you've actually got a doorway, which I'll show you when we're on the inside what that's for, but that's direct access through to the toilet, which means you don't have to go through the whole van to get to the loo. Also, this one here is a cassette for the toilet, and that means that you don't have to take that through the vehicle either, which is rather nice. And then finally, that fellow there, that's the cranking arm for the awning that this one's got. So we'll close that one up. This one's based on a Citron. As you can see, it's actually 140 horsepower. That's the awning that you can see along the side just there. And then if we come around here, this is where we can access the vehicle. Of course, you've got the doors as normal here, but then this takes us straight into the interior. And there it is. There's a little button down here, and that powers the step out. And in we go. Now, the big news with this one is this is set up as a family van. It actually has 4 seat belts. A lot of these motorhomes, they only have seat belts on the front seats. On this one, as standard, you've got them here as well for these back seats. Now the front seats, as you can see, swivel around. We've got them swiveled at the minute. But this is, of course, where you drive it from, up here in the front. This is a manual transmission. You can get these with auto. They're on a Fiat chassis if you have the auto. And then, as I say, seats are here. These sections in the floor, these circular sections, are for tables. So you can put a small table in between these, or a larger table just here, or even link them up and make that into one big table for dining. Now, the other trick that you can do with these seats is these actually fold down to make a bed. So there's a little lever down here, and if you pull that fella, then you can see how these come out of the way. They fold right down, and that drops flat. That then is one of the tables. There's another table in the back there. The other seat does exactly the same, but then there's an infill cushion that goes between them, and that makes a double bed acrossways. So that's obviously at night time when you want to sleep. That's how you do that. There's also a frame that goes underneath this front section, so that's all properly supported, of course. Let's hook that one back up. There we go. And then we head on in. This is all storage up in places like this. So these roll away. And you've got some quite neat reading lights tucked away as well. That's a nice feature. The other thing we've got up at this end is the control panel. So that is this one here, controlling functions like the batteries and lights and so on. And then as we come on back, one thing you often don't find is a very big fridge on these, but this one's actually got quite a decent size one. So it's just here. And as you can see, it's a fridge freezer. You've got the microwave fitted in just up above it. And then that one is just a little bit of storage next to it. And then opposite that is the galley. So this is drawers down on this side. I won't open them all, but you get the idea. This is nice. It's got a proper 4-burner cooker. Again, something you don't often see in these. And of course, then you've got the grill and the oven underneath. Sink is over on this side. And then there's a bit more storage down over here. And that's also fitted in up above along like this, and some quite nice lighting as well. The way they've done all this is good. Behind me then is this settee across here, and that backrest is actually also the infill that goes in between these when those are dropped flat. So you've got sleeping there, you've got sleeping here, but also we can release this catch, drop that one down, and that's giving us another berth up above. And in fact, these go all the way back right to the back of the vehicle. You can see it on both of them. So they're full adult size. So you can sleep 4 in here very comfortably. And then if we go right to the back, a bit more storage over on this side. These are the legs for the table. And then bin down underneath there. And then finally the loo is back here. Now that is that doorway that we saw when we were on the outside. So you can see that's actually the back doors of the vehicle. They open up and then that's a direct access straight through there. There's a shower in here. You can see it just there. And that drains to the grey water tank, and the loo itself, of course, is that has that cassette that we saw, again, access from the outside. And then a little sink in here as well, and a bit more storage. Like so. But this is the entire vehicle right from the back. There's a full alarm system on here as well. And what's quite neat is that when you leave the vehicle, you can have this set up with sensors on the inside, of course, as you have on a normal car alarm. But you can set it up so that it just alarms the door. So if you're sleeping in it, you can put the alarm on. You won't set it off by being in the vehicle, but if someone was to open one of the doors and try and get in, then that, of course, would alert you pretty swiftly. So that's it. Huge thanks to Nick Whale Motorhomes for organising that tour for me. We're doing a few more with these guys, so stay tuned, and we'll catch you on another one very soon. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.